everyone, welcome back to our Graphite University. So in this one, we're going to cover the new audio features in version 2.2. So 2.2 is just recently released and is on the website. Now, first things first, we're going to see when we come into our configuration menu that the System tab has been split up. So part of this is another feature that will be covered in a separate section. But you still come here to pick the number of ABUs you want and the number of configurable audio channels. What is the big news on audio features? Well, the big news is in the equalizer. So when you look inside of your config page, everything here has stayed the same and is still available. But now there is a new equalizer tab. The equalizer tab allows you to pick any of your channels of audio in your mixer. So here, because we only configured 16 configurable channels and 1 ABU, we see the display for those 16 channels. This number will grow based on what you've set your mixer up for. So we're able to pick the audio channel. You are able to put the equalizer into bypass mode. Again, very useful if you want to set up your EQ and toggle it on and off without resetting values. This is a 4-band parametric EQ, so you have the ability to adjust gain on a low shelf, and you can adjust the gain as well as directly dial in the number of dB that you'd like the gain to be. Then you can also directly dial in the frequency, or you can use a slider so that way you can move the sweep of the audio to maybe listen as you're trying to dial it in. But if you know exactly what frequency you want, well, just go ahead and type it in. There are 2 mid-ranges, and so with your mid-ranges, they can also be set with a frequency from 20 Hertz all the way up to 20 kilohertz. And again, you can manually type that in. So maybe I want 500 Hertz. And you now have your Q value. So being able to set a Q, so the range at which it slopes off the effects of the gain. So really tight Q or a much wider Q. So similar to what's found in most other digital audio consoles. You have a second mid-range, also 20 to 20. And then finally, you have your high shelf that can be set. Again, adjusting the gain, adding a booster cut to that frequency, and then being able to adjust what level you want the frequency to be. Each one of these parameters can also be assigned to the Behringer X-Touch. Now, people have asked, and yes, many other MIDI controllers should be able to work with the dashboard interface. However, this is the one that we test and support, allowing us to distribute standardized files right from the get-go. So with the Behringer X-Touch, I am able to map these parameters to existing knobs that were not previously in use, as well as set buttons that were not in use to be the selector. So on the Behringer X-Touch, when you touch these top row of buttons, those will link to this parameter. So if I set the button on here, the hard panel would also swap, as well as if externally I'm pressing this hard panel button, then in the GUI, the selector will also change. So these two items are tied together, allowing for direct integration from the hard panel surface. That's it for the audio features on the new EQ. If there is any questions, as always, please hit us up in the forums or send it to switchers@rossvideo.com. Thanks again for watching. Have a great day.